My name is Bhavesh Kumar of Team 6. Our team is going to brief you all about the types of radiations and its hazards and effects on human body and environment. Let's get into our presentation. Basically, what is radiation? It is the energy that is emitted from a source. So, we define it as an energy that's come from a source and travels through space at the speed of light. This energy has an electromagnetic field associated with it and has wave-like properties. We can also call it as electromagnetic waves. Basically, what are electromagnetic waves? These are created as a result of vibrations between an electric field and a magnetic field. In order from highest to lowest energy, the sections of electromagnetic spectrum are named gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet radiation, visible light, radio waves, and infrared radiation. And coming to the types of radiations, here we have four major types of radiations. These are alpha radiation, beta radiations, and neutron radiation and electromagnetic radiations such as X-rays, gamma rays. They differ in mass, energy, and how deeply they penetrate people and objects are slightly different. And let's describe each type of radiation. Alpha particle. It is a helium nucleus, two protons and two neutrons. It has a large mass compared to other ionizing radiations and a strong positive charge. Beta particle is a moving electron. It has a very small and a negative charge. It's an electron that is not attached to an atom. Here we can clearly see what is an alpha, beta, and how the decay of these are described. And coming to the neutron, it's a particle that doesn't have any charge and is present in the nucleus of an atom. These are commonly seen when uranium atoms split or fission in a nuclear reactor. And the last kind is electromagnetic radiations. As I already said, in order from highest to lowest energy, the sections of electromagnetic spectrum are classified as gamma, X-rays, visible, infrared, and radio or electromagnetic radiations. They are probably the most familiar type of radiations because they are widely used in medical treatments. These rays are like sunlight except they have more energy. And coming to the different types of radiations penetration, each type of radiation has a different ability to penetrate materials. The material is said to have absorbed the radiation. Here we use paper, aluminium, lead, and water as the materials we use to pass through it. Here we can clearly see the range of alpha radiation in an absorbing material is less than that of beta or gamma and neutron rays. The alpha radiations transfers more energy to an absorber than beta or gamma. Alpha radiation is absorbed by the thickness of the skin or by a few centimeters of air. And let's see how the beta rays passes. It is more penetrating than alpha radiation. It can pass through the skin, but it is absorbed by a few centimeters of body tissue or a few millimeters of aluminium. And coming to the gamma rays and X rays or any type of electromagnetic radiations, the most penetrating of the three radiations it is. It can easily penetrate body tissue. It requires several centimeters of lead or about 1 meter of concrete to absorb it. And coming to the neutron rays, it is the most powerful and strongest radiation. It is very harmful to the environment and human body. See here, it's passing through the paper, aluminium, lead, and it's approximately stopping near the water. As we already seen here, we describe the types of decay. Actually, radioactivity decay is a stochastic process at a level of single atoms. Actually, what is decay? It is a process by which an unstable atomic nucleus loses energy by radiation. Radioactive decay is also known as nuclear decay, radioactivity, or radioactive disintegration. As you already seen, the neutron has more powerful than alpha, beta, and gamma. It passes through many kinds of materials like lead,
A very good morning to respected ma'am and everyone present over here. My name is Milan Hussain from CSE department. Today I am here to talk to you about radiation effects on human body. There are certain body parts that are specifically being affected by exposure to different types of radiation sources. The more the energy absorbed by the cells, the greater will be the biological damage. Dose. It is the amount of energy actually being deposited in our body. The amount of energy absorbed per gram of body tissue is usually measured in units called rads. The other unit of radiation is rem. For beta, gamma, X-ray radiation, it is 1. For some neutrons, protons or alpha particles, the number is 20. Here we can see the effects of radiation on human body according to the variation of the dose. When it is between 5 to 20, there are possibly late effects and chromosomal damage. When it is between 20 to 100, there is temporary reduction in white blood cells. When it is between 100 to 200, we cause mild radiation sickness within few hours. Vomiting, diarrhea are also the effects on human body. When it is between 200 to 300, it causes serious radiation sickness effects. When it is between 300 to 400, it causes serious radiation sickness along with marrow and intestine destruction. When it is between 400 to 1000, it causes acute illness, early death. When it is between 1000 to 5000, it causes acute illness and early death in days, as it is a very huge value. And here we can see the effects of radiation on various parts of our body. The first one is hair. We may lose our hair very quickly and in clumps with radiation exposure at 200 rems or higher. The second one is brain. As the brain cells do not reproduce, they won't be damaged directly unless the exposure is 5000 rems or greater. And the thyroid gland is susceptible to radioactive iodine. Let us see the radiation effects on heart. Intense exposure to radioactive material at 1000 to 5000 rem would do immediately damage to small blood vessels and probably cause heart failure and death directly. Let's move on to the gastrointestinal effects. Radiation damage to intestinal tract lining will cause nausea, blood vomiting and diarrhea. This occur when the victim's exposure is 200 rems or more. Reproductive tract. As reproductive tract cells divides very rapidly, these areas of the body can be damaged at REM levels as low as 200. Now, let's move on to the types of radiation hazards on human. There are mainly two types of radiation hazards on human. The first one is stochastic effect. These are considered to be those due to radiation induced changes randomly distributed in the DNA of single cell that may lead to cancer or genetically transmissible effects. Cancer occurs after a long latency period, that is 2 or more years in case of leukemia and from 2 years to decades in case of solid cancer. Stochastic effects are the most important consideration in setting protection limits for human populations exposed to radiation at low doses. And the second one is deterministic effect. As previously termed, non-stochastic effects occur only after exposure to relatively high doses and affect cell population to deterministic of specific organs or whole organisms. These effects can range from acute radiation sickness to hair loss or nausea. Radiation protection standards are set to prevent deterministic effects, whereas standards to protect against stochastic effects are selected to limit these effects to an acceptable limit. And here we can see the graphs of two radiation hazards on human. The right one depicts the stochastic effects like cancer, leukemia and heredity effects. Dose is taken on x-axis and incidence of effects is taken on y-axis. Here we don't assume any threshold dose value and we assume that the effects will appear depending on the dose levels. And the left one depicts the deterministic effects. Dose is taken on x-axis and incidence of effects is taken on y-axis. Here we consider the threshold value of dose. When the number of people were exposed to the same dose of radiation and certain symptoms appear in 1% of them. Said dose is considered to be the threshold dose. Here we can see no effects on human body when the dose deposited is less than threshold dose. Now my teammate Harsha will continue with effects of radiation on environment.
My name is Harshvardhan. Now I'm going to talk about radiation effects on environment. The origin and existence of life on Earth owe to the presence of radiation that triggered photochemical transmissions for sustainable life forms. The classification of radiations into ionizing and non-ionizing radiations on the basis of interaction with matter distinguishes their role in the evaluation of environment and its components. With advancement in specific knowledge, there has been a vast development in technical process that utilizes radiation for human benefits. But sometimes radiation poses the potential risk for environment, especially when used as weapon for mass destruction and during human negligence leading to catastrophic disasters. UV radiation generates ground level ozone and some particulate matter that include nitrate, sulfate, and organic aerosols, causing adverse effects on human health and the environment. UV promotes the formation of hydroxyl radicals that act as cleaning agents for troposphere. Many forms of radiations are encountered in the natural environment and are produced by the modern technology. Most of them have the potential for the beneficial and harmful effects. Even sunlight, the most essential radiation of all, can be harmful in excessive amounts. Most public attention is given to the category of radiation known as ionizing radiation. This radiation can disrupt atoms, creating positive ions and negative electrons and causing biological harm. Ionizing radiations includes X-rays, gamma rays, and alpha particles, beta particles, neutrons, and the variety of cosmic rays. Higher animals are more susceptible to genetic damage due to radiation. Exposure is high in higher animals than lower animals such as flies and insects. Studies on Drosophila have shown that mutation rates were increased enormously on radiation exposure. These are some of the radiations: radon, cosmic radiation, natural radioactivity in soils, thoron, and natural radioactivity in food. Prolonged exposure to the radiation can completely damage the stomata and ultimately the plant is destroyed. Plant cells contain chromosomes, the genetic material reasonable for reproduction. If the seal is much damaged by the radiation, then reproduction is hindered. Coming to the solar radiation. Solar radiation is radiant energy emitted by the sun from a nuclear fission reaction that creates electromagnetic energy. About half of the radiation is in the visible shortwave part of the electromagnetic spectrum. Now the other half is mostly in the near infrared part, with some in the ultraviolet part of the spectrum. Ozone layer depletion causes increased UV radiation levels to the surface, which is damaging to human health. Negative effects include increases in certain types of cancers like skin cancer and immunity deficiency disorders. UV radiation also affects terrestrial and aquatic ecosystems, alerting growth on food chains and biochemical cycles. The aquatic life just below the water surface, the basis of the food chain, is particularly adversely affected by the high UV levels. UV rays also affect plant growth, reducing agricultural productivity. Now let us discuss about UV stress tolerance. What is UV stress tolerance? Ultraviolet UVB priming can boost the abiotic stress tolerance of plants by activating stress responsive pathways. The ability of UVB priming to induce cross tolerance against NACA stress was sustained by the greater antioxidant activity of the primed and NACA stressed seedlings. The only solution to this radioactive effects on environment to store the waste storing in tightly closed containers shielded by the radioprotective materials such as lead or diluted. It can also be contained by storage in remote areas with little or no life like remote caves or abandoned salt mines.
Hello everyone, my name is Sumant from CSE department. I am here to explain about Chernobyl nuclear disaster. The Chernobyl disaster was a unique event and the only accident in the history of commercial nuclear power where radiation-related fatalities occurred. In April 1986, an accidental reaction explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine exposed millions of people in the surrounding area to radioactive contaminants. Cleanup workers were also exposed. Such radiation is known to cause changes or mutations in DNA. It is unknown whether followed contamination will have any long-term adverse effect on the flora and fauna of the region, as plants and animals have significantly different and varying radiologic tolerance compared with humans. Some birds are reported with stunted tail feathers, which interferes with breeding. A large swath of pine forest killed by acute radiation was named the Red Forest. The dead pines were bulldozed and buried. Livestock were removed during the human evacuations. The world has never seen a nuclear accident as severe as the one that unfolded when a reactor exploded in Chernobyl on April 26, 1986, sending vast amounts of radiation into the skies around Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia. The planet had experienced massive releases like this before in the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. But Chernobyl-related radiation exposure had a more protracted character. The other one is Indo-Pak nuclear scenario. GMEN have reported the estimated risk and health hazard effects of nuclear warheads deployment in South Asia, with particular reference to India and Pakistan. Considering the political situation in the subcontinent, the authors assume that the dangerous situation may change for the worst in the not too distant future on the deployment of nuclear weapons. This could lead to a decline in sunlight reaching the earth by 20 to 35%, cooling the surface by between 2 and 5 degrees Celsius. Both India and Pakistan have developed a variety of ballistic missiles for carrying nuclear weapons. These missiles are propelled by highly volatile hypersonic liquid propellants, and hence the risk of deployment is always there even when there is no nuclear warfare. Using the famous wedge model for estimating the effects of a nuclear weapon accident, the authors calculate the number of deaths due to cancer caused by dispersal of plutonium from the nuclear weapons. Any serious accident caused by detonation of propellant fuel can convert the fissile material of nuclear warhead into aerosol particles which will disperse into the environment. Here is the solution. Considering all the facts and figures in the study, the scientists and political leaders of both India and Pakistan must enter into a dialogue for safe deployment of nuclear weapons. The best solution will be to store them far away from missiles carrying potentially explosive fuel. To reduce the risk of a nuclear weapon being launched through error, panic, or miscalculation, it is advisable to keep the nuclear weapons disassembled. Thank you, ma'am, for giving us this opportunity.